Welcome back to Nerd Initiative and the TARDIS. My name's Off the Cuff Tom. Now let's talk about some Who in review. Well, we've finally done it. We've gotten through another season of Doctor Who. Now, you may be wondering where I was last week. Well, I kind of waited to do this two-part season finale all at once. So let's break it down. Let's start off with Wishworld. Wishworld was pretty darn good. The idea that the Ronnie found the seventh son of a seventh son of a seventh son statistical anomaly that could create wishes was a little far-fetched. I will say that. The fact that Connor came back and was kind of dictating the world how he wanted it to be was cute, and how he was, yes, and the doctor, and he very much was, like I wanted to, it was either watch him or watch Bob Ross at that point. These bone creatures and the walking around that people could see and not notice, or notice and not see, that was interesting. On top of it, the idea that, Belinda and John Smith, not the doctor, have a child now together, um, is intriguing. Susan coming back in Little Mental Pictures, again, weird. And then we find out, the biggest cameo of all, Rogue comes back, and there's a great behind the scenes that you'll catch with that. And that's what led everything to start going down the rabbit hole into what the Ronnie's plan is. And that is to bring back Omega, the fiercest of the Time Lords. And we haven't seen Omega since the 70s, I believe, late 70s, early 80s, when Mel was a companion of the Doctor. Um, all in all, the first part of this Wish World was all set up. At the same time, it was all grasping at straws. I think that there was so much Doctor Who lore that they were trying to pull out that you lost the plot that was kind of wishy-washy to begin with, and then set up, oh, it's Omega, and this is fall, and the sky's falling. I don't know, man. It was, again, it was all set up. It was a two-parter, so we're gonna leave it at that. Now we're gonna jump to the next episode. Now for the season finale, starts off big, huge explosion. The Doctor's falling, and then the Time Hotel shows back up. So if you're one of those type of Whovians that don't watch the Christmas special, stop right here, go back and watch the Christmas special, because it is key to this season finale. I can't tell you how excited I was to see the Time Hotel come back and make sense. Um, Again, the Doctor finally has embraced who he is, and things just all start going haywire. He starts opening up doors at Unit. These beasts are starting to attack. Again, this is all just, here's all the setup, and now here's all, the follow through. Um, the Doctor and Belinda trying to save Poppy, even though both of them don't remember her happening, was a great idea. And, trying to save her in the Zero box. Awesome, cool, a lot of action, a lot of CGI. And then all of a sudden, how do we fix it? How do we fix reality? That gets all solved and sorted. Again, Omega shows up. Again, waste of CGI, in my opinion. Way too much CGI. The Ronnie, one of, is able to escape. And then again, we're at the end and everything's saved, but Ruby somehow, for whatever reason, because they always have to have the most important girl in the universe now in Doctor Who, goes on to say something's wrong, something's off. She's the only one that can remember Poppy. Everybody's starting to forget her. So she reminds the Doctor of, hey, we need to fix the universe, and you would fix the universe for one person because it's not a universe that one person is missing. So then he decides to go down this whole idea of using his regeneration power to literally shift the fabric of reality by 1% because Russell T Davies is writing and he needs a plot device to fix what he screwed up again. In doing so, we get a great cameo. Very surprised by that. And where it led to at the end with Shudigatwa using so much of his regeneration powers that he had to regenerate himself into the new Doctor. Yeah, but before that, in general, when it comes to this season finale for Wishworld and Wishworld Part 2, me, off the cuff Tom, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I'm not saying that it wasn't great to watch and it wasn't full of cameos and full of callbacks. It had all of that in spades. But the problem was, it was the storytelling that left so many things to be desired and so many plot holes that, again, this is indicative of Russell T Davies' writing style. And honestly, I think this is the third time they jumped the shark in the past 4 years. Either way, come back for our discussion. And make sure to subscribe to Nerd Initiative for all your great Doctor Who material. And we'll catch you in the next one.